I am Petri Sarvamaa, MEP from Finland. I used to be a professional journalist doing television and radio for about 25 years. Well, as technology advances, I think the new emerging threats have to do with the internet and the world of web. And there we have the new technology in those countries that don't have the freedom of expression, and they don't have democracy, but they do have the technological means. So in other words, these people expose themselves to grave dangers because they are able to blog, for example, or they can say, by technological means, they can say whatever they wish to. But if they think that they are safe and not seen by those who don't like their message, they are wrong. And we are getting to have some dramatic experiences of this. And this is something that we really should take a hard look at. Well, that's a really tough one. I'm afraid I have to say that it cannot be ensured, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't work day and night to try to ensure it. And there, I think a lot of the work that we have to focus on is grassroots work. And I'm rather pessimistic in the sense that we can do miracles overnight. But I want to be optimistic in the sense that if we reach out in the grassroots sense and do everything we can on individual level and organizational level, charity and politicians, international organizations, and everyone and every level. If we do everything we can every day to talk about democracy, the meaning of the freedom of expression, then slowly and gradually we will change the world and we will make it a better world. But it needs realism. We need to understand that we cannot do this overnight. Well, there is a strategy in the European Union, and it involves things like talking to the manufacturers of the technology, for example, in trying to make them realize that what some of the technology that they are selling is doing in this terms, and also having a strategy on how the Union should, in its relations, treat those countries that don't adhere to the freedom of expression, for example. And also in the Union strategy, there is talk about having the technology available for bloggers, for instance, so that they could be anonymous. Now, all these three things have a bit of a problem, I'm afraid, and that's why I think that because, for instance, if we cannot divide the technology that is being used by those that we want to have the freedom of expression and those who are using the technology against them. We just cannot, and the manufacturers cannot. I think this is a little bit of unrealistic approach, and at the same time also the relations of the European Union towards other countries. I mean, when we're talking about relations inside the Union, we can do a lot of things. But if we're talking about third countries or countries that are in Latin America or Middle East, there's only so much that the European Union can actually do. I mean, yes, we have to have that in our toolkit, but it's not going to take us very far. So again, let's all talk about the meaning of democracy. Let's all reach out to the world. Let's all use the new technology, communication, And we can all actually do nowadays a lot just by tweeting, by being on social media and spreading the word. And a lot of the people who are in those countries that don't have the freedom of expression that we wish they would have access to these tools. They have access to the social media, at least to some extent. And I think that is going to be the most powerful tool that we have. And so let's use that. We can all use that. The European Union can use it, I can use it personally, and you can use it, and you can use